Hello? Hello, anybody there? Yes, it is the clueless Georgia fans that are there. Look, I don't know what people see in Stetson Bennett versus JT Daniels other than the fact that Stetson has now lost to Alabama twice. JT has never played Alabama, so we don't even know if he would even play well or not against them. Can I get an answer on that one from the clueless Georgia fans across the world? What is up with the fans thinking Stetson's better than JT? There's a reason Stetson Bennett was a walk-on and had no stars out of high school. And there's a reason why JT Daniels was a 5-star recruit out of high school, out of California. Yes, Stetson Bennett is 9-1 as a starter this year. Yes, he beat Tennessee. Weeee! Beat UAB. Almost broke the Georgia passing record in a game. Weeee! It's UAB! UAB! University of Alabama, Birmingham. It's UAB. Yes, he beat Florida somehow. The defense beat Florida. The game would have been 3-0 at the half if the defense did not have those 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. Man. Look, JT Daniels, somebody commented on the QB controversy video I made, the second one. And he said something about, if JT was in the game, it wouldn't have made no difference. I believe it would have made a big difference. Look, yes, JT Daniels didn't score any touchdowns against Clemson. The man was playing hurt. The guy had a freaking complete body cast underneath his jersey. And you can see it plain as day. I mean, the dude was just playing hurt. He didn't attempt to pass over 15 yards because he was hurt. And he's been battling injuries all year. That's why we haven't seen him. But, yes, Stetson Bennett has one edge over JT Daniels. Stetson Bennett has one thing he can do that JT he can't do, but he could. He's just not that great at it. And that is, Stetson Bennett can escape the pocket if he doesn't have anybody open and he's being chased. He'll escape it. I've seen Stetson do it. I've seen JT just give up and take the sack. Jacob Eason was that way, and Jake Fromm was that way. Both them quarterbacks would not run to save their lives. They would just escape the pocket. Stetson Bennett can escape the pocket, but what does that matter if he's going to throw a pick six, 2 or 3 picks a game? In a game where you can't really give not one turnover, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that against Alabama. Both of his interceptions against Florida were his fault. They weren't spectacular interceptions made by the defense. He threw them right to the Florida guys. He threw a pick against Vandy. So, JT has no interceptions, but they've been contested balls. Or they were a tip pass. I mean, all of Stetson's freaking picks have been thrown right to the guys, the defense. He almost had 2. He should have had 2 pick sixes against Alabama. Old Battle, the freaking linebacker, he had 6 points right in his hands, and he dropped it. Look, the reason we lost Alabama was they scored a lot of points, and we couldn't get no pressure on Bryce Young. Look at Bryce Young's, look at the games he has played when he has been hit and sacked multiple times a game. It's been all the close games. Go back. Arkansas, LSU, Florida. Go back and look at all those games. All those games were when he was hit, sacked several times. He gets real antsy with the football. And then look at all the games where he's not touched. Mississippi State. Look at what happened to Mississippi State. Blew them out. Couldn't get to them. When you have no rush on a quarterback like Bryce Young, you're going to get picked apart. I don't care if you're Georgia's elite defense, which I still believe they're one of the top 5 defenses in the country. I still believe that. Without a fact, with no doubt about it. I mean, just because they lost doesn't mean I don't think they're an elite defense. They've been consistent all year. I mean, last time I checked, we're still playing college teams. I mean, we're still playing SEC teams. I mean, we still play Clemson. They only scored 3 points. I don't care if Clemson's offense, averaging 29, 30 points a game. I don't care. Everybody has been way below the average they have scored. Alabama just had the time to pick us apart. That's all it is. When you have all the time in the world, that's just how it is. And what doesn't make it worse, and let me explain this for the fans out there that don't understand. Yes, Stetson Bennett did play defense. I understand that. I'm not brain dead. I know he's quarterback. I understand that. What I'm trying to tell you guys is Stetson Bennett not helping us on the drives, the third downs, the 3 and outs. That will kill any defense out there. Stetson Bennett has to extend drives. You go 3 and out 5 times in a row against Alabama, guess what's going to happen? They're going to score. If your defense can't get home, they're going to score. And the only way, and guess what, Georgia fans that don't understand, guess what? How do you score? With a quarterback and not a walk-on. A real quarterback plays. Not the walk-on. And that's something that some people don't understand. Yes, the defense gave up 41 points, but they have no help from the offense. It's like 2019 all over again. That's literally how 2019 was. The defense was so good that year as well, but not as good as this year. But the offense was piss poor. And Stetson Bennett cannot extend the drives. The defense stayed on the field the entire second quarter. Yes, they're going to score. Any good offense will score on a defense who is constantly being on the field because the offense can't get nothing going. It's common freaking sense. Stetson Bennett is not winning a national championship. He's not. He will not be Michigan either. I will root for Stetson Bennett. But if he loses, I seen it coming. I said it before the Alabama game. I said he will not beat Alabama if we play them. I don't care how good the defense is. You have to have a scoring, high-powered offense to play with Alabama if your defense can't hold and can't get home to the quarterback. Some teams like Auburn, their defense played phenomenal because they sacked them 7 times. When you have 0 sacks, couple tackles for loss, guess what? You're getting carved. Your secondary's getting carved like a fillet. All these idiot Georgia fans that think Stetson Bennett is freaking amazing. Look, he's good. He's good, not elite. He is borderline good. That's what you need to understand, fans. Look, I love Stetson. I love Georgia. That is my team. I've loved this team for almost a decade now. Look, I've been watching football for almost a decade. I love this team. I will root for Stetson, JT, Carson Beck, Brock, whoever's playing quarterback. I'm rooting for them. I want them to succeed. But I'm just stating the obvious facts. I told myself going into this Alabama game, I'm not getting my hopes up because right now, we haven't beat Alabama in 12, 13 years, I think. So, and I've seen good teams, good Georgia teams play good Alabama teams, and This has by far been the more inconsistent Alabama team, but Alabama played their best football that night out of all year long, man. That was the best game they had all year long in Georgia. And that's just how it is. They played sloppy, and that's just how it is. That's how it is. And, you know, I'm excited that we're in the playoffs. I really am. I believe that we can beat Michigan. I do. But do I want to replay Alabama? Yes, I would like to replay it because I feel like a rematch would favor us in a way. But, I mean, I don't want Stetson Bennett playing them. No. If we somehow beat Michigan with Stetson Bennett, I don't want to go into the national championship with Stetson Bennett because that's going to be the same results. A couple interceptions. I could care less. He threw 300 freaking yards. That didn't get you nowhere, did it? That didn't get you nowhere. Throwing 300 freaking yards. You should have done that in the first half. Stetson Bennett. Man. The defense has things to work on, such as lineups and positions, like where you need to set up at. Because if Georgia replays Alabama, there's an edge in favor of Georgia because now they can look at the film and say, okay, you were out of place by a couple yards this way. You need to line up over here now. Or hey, you know, maybe not put Weeee Poole out there and not Dan Jackson. Why is Dan Jackson and William Poole out? Why were they playing? Can somebody please explain that? William Poole hasn't played much at all this year. Usually Christopher Smith is in favor of him. Now, I know we rotate players, but please, can we not rotate William Poole in on Jamison Williams? That is literally like putting a toddler against Derrick Henry. It's unstoppable. Dan Jackson, he's a walk-on linebacker that plays at Georgia. Actually, I don't think he's a freaking linebacker. I think he's a DB. He's number 47. He's trying to be like David Pollock, I guess. I don't know. He's a white DB. Cool. I mean, the dude's a headhunter. He goes after the player. He goes after the ball. He's had a block punt. He almost recovered a block punt for a TD at a separate time. The dude's played good. Okay, dude's played good. But it's freaking Dan Jackson. He was getting smoked like a good, juicy rack of ribs. He was getting smoked like a rack of ribs. And I'm just tired of these fans, man. I can't wait to hear if we lose to Michigan, which I say it's a 50-50 ball game right now, buddy. But if we lose to Michigan, I cannot wait to hear these. I cannot wait to hear when people say if Stetson Bennett goes 18 of 39 for 320 something yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to hear it. Oh, and especially if we lose that game 20-23 or 26-23. No, defense didn't fold. Offense couldn't do nothing. I cannot wait, buddy. I can't wait. I hope we don't lose, and I'll make plenty more videos up until that point. Trust me. But this one certain fans done got me pissed off, man. I can't understand these fans like this, man. These people just say, oh, Stetson Bennett, oh, he's 9-0, we're undefeated in SEC play. 12-0. 12-0. Weeee! 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 That 12-0 don't matter now, does it? No, it don't. I'll have to get out of here. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I might not even upload this video. I don't even know. I'll think about it. Kirby Smart, you better figure it out.